All right, what we're going to do is we're going to set up a shelter here, this little bivy out of my Ultimate Survival Pack. And basically, these things are great. They save you so much time and so much effort, and they weigh nothing. And rope, stakes, and everything are already in this little pack inside of here. This whole thing does not even weigh 2 pounds. It's just barely over, with the pack and everything, just over a pound. So this is 10 foot by 10 foot sil nylon. So this is easy to pack, easy to stow, easy to set up, saves you hours and hours of labor building a debris hut or other things, which often are relatively useless unless you spend 5 or 6 hours making them, which is a lot of calories, a lot of time, a lot of energy. And this saves most of that. And I know some people are going to say, oh, okay, well, if it's winter time, this isn't going to keep you warm. It's not going to insulate as much. That's true. It's not going to insulate as much. With a fire in front of you and a reflector in front of the fire, it's going to throw heat in on you. It's going to block the wind, and it's going to keep you dry. And that's half the battle already. So I dismiss the idea that you can't use these in winter. I've been using these in winter, summer, spring for the better part of 20 years. And trappers and so on use tarps and so on. So I think that the people who say these are no good for winter, I think they're largely just wrong. Well, that's going to be perfect. We don't have to do it. Get some stakes. And these things are great because they are lightweight aluminum. Again, they weigh nothing. And there's a good deal of them in here. There's also quite a little bit of parachute cord, and there's some pre-measured cords in here too. But there's 8 in the set. Pick this one. We'll take it down. Hold that. Here. Now, let's try this again. That is starting to look a little bit more familiar. Bring it over to the side. Yeah, because you got room over there, I got. Did I go down for you? This is just one way that you can set this up. We're going to show you another one here in just a second. This one, if you elevate the rear a little bit more, you can fit 3 guys long ways in here. I know I've done it a couple of times. And if not, you can definitely fit a couple of people just laying in here. But this is a low hung shelter. put a fire pit out here in front with a reflector behind it to throw heat into here if it's cold weather. And if not, then, you know, it's perfectly fine. You don't have to worry about that. But we'll show another one, and we'll get right on that. And every time you go over the rope, go in a different direction so you can pull the rope back on itself to make it tighter. And then don't put a hard knot. Don't make a hard knot. See how when I've done this, I've come over the rope. Here we are. So I went under, pulled it tight, came back to the other side and pulled it back to gain my tension. And then don't put a hard knot in this. This knot is more than enough to hold this. And if you need to, you can just come back, double it over one more time. But that's going to be easy for you to take out. You don't have to waste your cordage. You don't have to throw it away and cut it up or anything like that. Yeah. All right. So what we're going to do, where are my stakes, son? All right. Pull your end over and take it out. Really terrible. Lay down. All right, now this isn't stretched as tight as I would if I was sleeping here overnight, but you can see there's a lot of room under here, okay? Set up in this configuration, there's lots and lots of room for people. You could get 3 people under here awfully easy and keep the rain off of your head. And you can get your gear under here, especially if there's only a couple of you. But for one person, this is easily more than enough. And there's another configuration for this that we'll show you real quick. Okay, just stretch a line taut. Just like this. This isn't as tight as if I was staying here overnight, but throw the whole thing over. Yeah, pull it tight towards you. Tight towards you. Good. There you go. Just take it out and then come to the center. We'll come out here. Get yours and I'll put mine in. That's fine. And now it's just an A-frame tent. Come on around. More than enough room for people and gear. Vince, come on in. There's a ton of room in here. You could easily sleep 3 people. Pretty easily. 2 for sure with no trouble and all their gear. If you wanted to, you could leave it loose enough where you can pull these a little bit in to block the wind or put a poncho over them as a door. But just like this, especially if it's not too cold, this is perfectly fine, especially if you're just expecting some wet weather, you know, a little bit of rain. But this is easy, a time saver. It's up in minutes and it weighs nothing and easy to carry. All right, guys, there's several other ways that you can set up one of these Stasha or Bivy or you know, poncho or tarp shelters. Having trouble spitting out my words today. There's tons of ways you can set them up, but they are a real time saver. They're easy to use. They weigh nothing. I'm a firm believer in them. A couple of people out there asked me, you know, show how you can set them up. Like I said, these weren't set up so that we'd stay here overnight. You know, I could have stretched everything a little bit tighter, but you get the basic idea that there's a multitude of configurations and they work really well. And again, remember, they weigh nothing. Ounces equal pounds, pounds equal pain. There's no reason to carry it if you don't have to. But that little bit, and it saves you hours and hours and hours of work and labor. Anyway, I'm Mike with the School of Self-Reliance. If you like what we do, like us on Facebook, watch our videos, share our videos, and if you want to help support us, go to our Patreon page and help us make some more great videos, okay? Thanks for watching.
Please do donate it at Patreon. Thank you.